Hey YouTubers, Chip at 45LC here today at the bench. Still a little cold to go outside and play, so I'm going to play on the bench today. We're going to make some 45 ACP. Got lots of brass here. Just got a part of my order in from Missouri Bullet Company. Got 1,500 of these 230 grain round nose. Still waiting on the other half of the order. Got another 1,000 of 45 Colt coming and another 1,000 for 9mm. So anyway, we're going to make some of this today. Try these bullets out. Again, these are 230 grain round nose. I've already got the press set up, the primer feeder loaded. So we're gonna go to town here and make a few of these. One thing I'll point out here real quick, doing this 45 ACP, first time I came out here, since I've never really had a 45 ACP pistol before, I never really paid attention to the ammo. But they're made with both small pistol primers and large pistol primers. My 45s really don't like the small pistol primers, or they didn't like the reloads that I made last week anyway. So I'm going to stick with mainly the large pistol primers for now. But I just did want you to know that there is a difference. In fact, Federal, I have in here some Federal 45 ACP large, and in this other bucket over here I do have some 45 Federal small pistol primers. So be careful when you go to reload that you make sure you have your press set up for the right thing. And today I've got it set up for the large pistol primers. I've got the brass segregated out between large and small, so hopefully we'll be able to make this up and not have any issues. Like I said, I set up the press earlier, made sure my powder feed was set. I showed a video last week, or made a video last week of setting up the Leap auto disc. Last week I set it up for 200 grain round nose flat points. Those are some of the loads I use in my Colt. But since I didn't have this lead here from Missouri Bullet Company yet, I was making them with what I had. Now that I have these 230 grain round nose, I had to readjust my powder feed from 5.7 grains to 5.3 grains. So here we go. I got one in the press. First stage is resizing the brass and depriming. We'll put a primer in the primer tool. Again, make sure that your primer is flush or even slightly recessed, but whatever it is, it's not sticking out. Next station here is the powder feed. It also expands the neck of the shell, so the bullet slips right in. So as you can see, even without the press, after I've put it through that, I can almost push the bullet in. So one thing I am going to do is I'm going to back this off. This next station is our bullet seating die, and I set it up for the round nose flat points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just slowly work this in. until I get to 1.275 inches. Alright, so I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to get my calipers out of the drawer here. So we're going to see if this is... Actually, I've got it set to millimeters, and it says that I can go to 32.4 millimeters, and that's 32.47. So, need to go down a little bit further. So, let's see what that does. Okay, now we're at 31.7. So that's acceptable. So we'll go with that. So now that we got the bullet seated, we'll turn to the last station on the press, and that's our crimp die, and that puts a kind of rolls the edge of the brass back to the lead. So there's one. Oh, a small pistol primer. Again, this is that Federal small pistol primer I was telling you about earlier. I guess I didn't get all the primer differences segregated, but we'll get them. You know, that's another thing. You know, you always got to pay attention when you're reloading ammo. You don't want to put a double charge in. You don't want your primer sticking out. You don't want your bullet too long. Generally, on all the other pistol rounds that I make, when I'm set up like I am here now, I can run through about 100 rounds an hour. I won't make y'all suffer through a whole 100 rounds. Just kind of want y'all to have the idea of what these do, how to do it. Again, always follow your reloading manual for the powder you're using, the bullet you're using, because all that varies with each load. So you really got to pay attention when you're doing this. You know, a mistake here can be a big mistake when you're out on the range. Since I've been reloading ammo, I've only had one bullet slip through that I didn't put powder in. And the only thing I can think of is that day somebody must have come out here to the bench when I was reloading, distracted me for a minute, and so what happened when I did fire that round is it had a brand new primer in it, but it didn't have no powder. So the primer was enough to kick the bullet out of the shell and into the barrel, but it wasn't enough to send the bullet out of the barrel. And I did this in my revolver. So when I pulled the hammer back to load the next round, my cylinder wouldn't rotate. Of course, I knew something wasn't right when I pulled the trigger, because it just went pop instead of bang. So, like I said, it's always good to pay attention to what you're doing. Check and double check your work. Like I said, it's nice, quick, and easy. So anyway, this one right here makes number 10. So I've got 3 of these boxes to fill up, so I'm going to be here for a while. All these are 100 round boxes. I've got plenty of lead here, thanks to the Missouri Bullet Company. Again, let's give them a big shout out here. Missouri Bullet Company is one of the few places right now that's actually selling bullets for reloading. Of course, they are backlogged crazy like. They've been growing their business. I guess that's a good thing, you know, especially in this economy, that somebody's business is actually growing. So I really want to say thank you to these guys, and appreciate them getting these bullets out to me so I can make some more ammo. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Check back later for others. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all come back now, you hear?